Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, and today we are here with the Scottish Premiership transfer roundup. Even though I say Scottish Premiership, it's just the Scottish Football roundup show, because what we're actually going to begin today is with, we've ended up a few days, well, I say a few days, we're like, when's this getting uploaded? So this is getting uploaded the night of the 25th, and it's technically 24th as news, but we need to get back on track, man. We don't normally miss a day, but yeah, it seems like we're edging closer to missing a day. But let's talk about Hamilton Academical then. The Ackies, right? So yeah, let's go all the way down to the depths of League One. Alright, and their transfer business has took a hell of a hit, folks, because it's a massive blow as they've been given a transfer embargo. So Hamilton Academical have described their latest transfer embargo as another massive blow as they face a season without signing a senior player. The League One club was issued with its ban by the SPFL after failing to settle its tax obligations. Ackies were already subject to a transfer embargo following remuneration and tax defaults were determined or admitted during season 2024-25 at the league body. A 15-point deduction last season led to John Rankin's side finishing bottom of the championship and being automatically relegated. Well, I mean, if you are a Hamilton fan, what I would say is, I think it's better to get a transfer embargo. Like the season you've been relegated into a division that, let's face it, folks, is actually worse than what you are. I mean, Hamilton were pretty unlucky last season to go down. Without that 15 points deduction, they wouldn't have, in my opinion. Well, they literally wouldn't have, and I mean, obviously it changes because they got the production with a few games to go, and it changes mindsets and also key things like that, so you've got to factor that in. But there's worse places and there's worse times for them to actually get a transfer embargo. So again, I don't think they'll be doing too much. Well, I mean, it's never ideal. I mean, it's hard to spin it into a positive, if we're being brutally honest, when it comes to transfer embargoes, but you do see sometimes like bigger instances in this where clubs get banned for a longer period of time. So the Ackies, they'll have to do a wee bit better. Meanwhile, I've already made a video on this on my channel, but may as well talk about it again for a short period of time. Rangers like Crystal Palace winger Rak Saki. So this guy, £10 million rated. Rumours are that a bid has been rejected by Crystal Palace, just due to the simple fact is they actually want a loan with an obligation to buy. And I'll say what I've said regarding this guy. If they want an obligation to buy a 10 million, which is what the rumours are, I just don't see how Rangers get this guy. Because for me, in our league and for Rangers, right, I mean, for us to spend 10 million, this guy would have to post numbers that Rangers haven't seen in, like, years, decades, right? Because 10 million is a shit ton of money. It goes against pretty much everything, because I don't think we really have or should be spending 10 million on a single player. But could you imagine we loan this guy in and it's an Oscar Cortez situation? And again, I rate this guy a wee bit more than Oscar Cortez, but imagine we signed this guy on obligation to buy and he turned to, like, to be injury prone, never fit. I mean, that would feel as close to rock bottom as you could feel. It's one thing spending like 4.5 million on a guy that's pish. Over doubling it? No for me. That would be rank frickin' rotten. Meanwhile though, Hearts, they're close to Kabore signing, but exits are expected. According to Andrew McKinley, he says Hearts of new signings have hit the ground running. Well, Hearts, 4 wins, 4 goals in each game. Can't really complain from a Hearts perspective in that regard, but the guy's full name is Pierre Londre Kabore. Now, he was linked previously with the Scottish club, but it's took a few extra weeks to get the job done. So, I mean, again, Hearts, they're signing a lot of guys that may appear to be unknown, but if you do a bit of digging, their goal contributions across the leagues that they've been in is pretty good. You can't really fault it when you actually look down and break it down. But we'll move on to Celtic, shall we? As Kwon is gone, he's left Celtic and he has joined Nantes, or Nantes, or however you pronounce them, but Nantes is a whole different kettle of fish there. But Kwon He's departed them, obviously. He spent a loan season last year at Hibs. Made 22 appearances. He's 24. He's obviously played for St Mirren and Hibs during this. He signed a 3-year deal. Never really worked out for the guy at Celtic. It was never really going to work out for the guy at Celtic. I actually thought he was alright at St Mirren and Hibs, but there's a difference between being alright at St Mirren and Hibs and, you know, being able to replicate that for Celtic. And also, fun fact, on this day, 25th of July 1997, Celtic signed Henrik Larsson. There you go. Who says you don't learn a thing or two on Fog Football? How many people watching this video knew that Celtic signed Henrik Larsson on this day 28 years ago? Who knew? I wasn't even born, folks, so I'm sure that makes a load of people feel old. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave it for this transfer recap here. Leave your thoughts down below, and until next time, that's it for Fog Football, and peace.